Motivation is overrated. It's a feeling, an emotion that comes and goes like the wind. One day you're fired up, ready to take on the world, and the next, struggling to even get out of bed. If you rely on motivation, you will always be inconsistent. And inconsistency is the fastest way to mediocrity. Success is not built on big dramatic moments. It's not about sudden breakthroughs or overnight wins. It's about small, repeated actions, day in, day out, that compound over time. Consistency is the silent force behind every great achievement, the invisible thread that separates those who succeed from those who only dream. Most people start strong. They set ambitious goals, filled with energy and enthusiasm. But then life happens. The excitement wears off. Obstacles appear. They miss one day, then another, and soon the momentum is gone. They tell themselves they'll start again next week, next month, next year. But the cycle repeats. This is why most people never reach their full potential, not because they lack talent, not because they aren't capable, but because they lack consistency. Consistency is about commitment. It's about showing up even when it's inconvenient, even when you don't feel like it, even when progress seems invisible. It's easy to put in effort when you're motivated. The real test is whether you can continue when motivation fades, when results take longer than expected, when life tries to pull you off track. Every action you take, no matter how small, is a vote for the person you want to become. If you want to be strong, you lift weights. Not once, not occasionally, but regularly. If you want to be successful, you work on your craft. Not just when it's exciting, but every single day. The greatest rewards in life don't come from what you do occasionally. They come from what you do consistently. Look at the most successful people in any field. They didn't get there by making one big move. They got there by making the right choices over and over again. The best athletes don't train only when they feel like it. The best entrepreneurs don't work hard only when things are going well. The best artists don't create only when inspiration strikes. They all have one thing in common. They show up every day, regardless of circumstances. Consistency is what turns average into exceptional. Imagine two people trying to improve their fitness. One person goes all in for a few weeks, intense workouts, strict dieting, but burns out and quits. The other person starts small, simple workouts, better food choices, but sticks with it for years. Who do you think will see real, lasting results? It's not the person who gave 100% for a short time. It's the person who gave 70% but never stopped. The same principle applies to anything in life, learning a new skill, building a business, growing a relationship. It's not about perfection, it's about persistence. One missed day won't ruin your progress, but giving up will. The key is to keep moving forward, even if it's just a little bit every day. Small progress, when done consistently, leads to massive transformation. People often overestimate what they can achieve in a short time and underestimate what they can achieve over years of consistent effort. They look at successful individuals and think they must have had some big break, some special advantage. But what they don't see is the years of effort, the early mornings, the late nights, the unseen work that made success inevitable. The power of consistency isn't just about effort. It's about trusting the process. Too many people quit before they see results because they expect instant gratification. But growth takes time. You don't plant a seed and expect a tree overnight. You water it, you nurture it. You trust that even when you don't see progress, something is happening beneath the surface. Habits shape your life far more than decisions do. A single good decision can set you in the right direction, but it's the habits that keep you moving. If you want to change your life, don't focus on making one grand gesture. Focus on building small, sustainable habits that you can repeat over and over again. The truth is, consistency isn't exciting. It's not glamorous. It's showing up when no one is watching. It's doing the work when there's no immediate reward. It's believing in the process even when results aren't visible yet. That's why so few people stick with it. But those who do, they are the ones who win. Struggle is not a punishment. It is a test. It is life's way of asking, how bad do you want it? Every great achievement, every success story, every legend you admire, none of them got there without facing struggle. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't intelligence, talent, or luck. It's the ability to push through pain, setbacks, and uncertainty without giving up. Most people spend their lives avoiding struggle. They look for the easiest path, the fastest shortcut, the smoothest road, but what they don't realize is that struggle is where growth happens. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to become stronger, smarter, and more resilient. If everything came easy, there would be no depth to your success, no meaning in your victories, and no pride in your progress. The reality is, struggle is part of the process. It's not an obstacle to success. It is success in progress. Every setback, every failure, every moment of doubt is shaping you into the person you need to become. The people who quit when things get hard never experience the breakthroughs that come from pushing through. They stop at the first sign of discomfort and never see what they are truly capable of. Think about the most rewarding moments of your life. Chances are, they didn't come from something easy. They came from overcoming something difficult, from proving to yourself that you could handle more than you thought. That's the beauty of struggle. It forces you to grow, to evolve, to become something greater than you were before. Pain is the currency of progress. Every rep in the gym, every late night working, every sacrifice you make, it all comes with discomfort. But discomfort is temporary. Growth is permanent. The pain of struggle may be intense, but it is nothing compared to the pain of regret. The pain of knowing you quit when things got hard. The pain of wondering what could have been if you had just kept going. Most people misunderstand struggle. They think it means they are failing, that they aren't good enough, that they should stop. But struggle is not a sign to quit. It's a sign that you're on the right path. If you are struggling, it means you are pushing beyond your limits. It means you are stepping outside of comfort. And comfort is the enemy of progress. No one has ever achieved greatness by staying comfortable. The best athletes train through exhaustion. The most successful entrepreneurs fail over and over before they find their breakthrough. The strongest people in the world have been broken and put back together more times than they can count. They didn't avoid struggle, they embraced it. Struggle is the teacher that life gives you before it hands you success. It tests your patience, your resilience, your willingness to keep going when nothing seems to be working. Most people fail this test because they expect results too quickly. They think hard work should pay off immediately, and when it doesn't, they stop. But the ones who win are the ones who understand that struggle is not a punishment, it's preparation. There will be days when you feel like quitting, days when it seems like nothing is working, days when you wonder if all the effort is even worth it. These are the moments that define you, because in these moments you have two choices: give in to the struggle or rise because of it. Every struggle you face is a step forward, even if it doesn't feel like it. The tough days, the moments of doubt, the obstacles, they are all shaping you. They are making you stronger, sharpening your skills, and preparing you for the success you are working toward. The struggle isn't there to stop you, it's there to build you. Hard work alone is not enough. You can grind for hours, push yourself to the limit, and sacrifice sleep, but if there is no purpose behind your effort, it will eventually feel meaningless. A purpose-driven work ethic is what separates those who burn out from those who rise to the top. It is the fuel that keeps you moving when motivation fades, when obstacles appear, and when the road ahead seems impossible. Purpose is the foundation of all great achievement. It is what gives meaning to the struggle, what transforms effort into something more than just a task. Without purpose, work becomes exhausting. With purpose, work becomes fulfilling. The strongest, most relentless individuals in the world are not just working hard, they are working towards something that deeply matters to them. Most people struggle with consistency because they don't have a strong enough why. They set goals based on what they think they should do, not on what truly drives them. They chase money, status, or recognition, but those things are not enough to sustain long-term effort. When things get hard, and they always do, external rewards lose their power. But when you have a purpose, when your work is connected to something bigger than yourself, quitting is not an option. A purpose-driven work ethic means waking up every day with a clear sense of why you are doing what you do. It means understanding that every action, no matter how small, is part of a larger mission. It means staying committed even when no one is watching, even when progress is slow, even when it feels like nothing is working, because deep down you know that what you are doing matters. Think about the people who achieve greatness in any field. They don't just work hard. They work with intention. Athletes don't train for hours just because they enjoy it. They do it because they have a vision of being the best. Entrepreneurs don't put in 100-hour weeks just for financial gain. They do it because they believe in the impact of what they are building. Artists don't spend years perfecting their craft just for applause. They do it because their work is a reflection of their soul. When you connect your work to a deeper purpose, every challenge becomes a lesson, every failure becomes feedback, and every long night becomes an investment in something greater. You stop seeing hard work as a sacrifice and start seeing it as a privilege. You recognize that struggle is not suffering, it is proof that you are chasing something worthwhile. Purpose is what turns ordinary people into unstoppable forces. It is what gives meaning to the mundane, what fuels the extra hours, what makes you push through exhaustion when everyone else has given up. Without purpose, people crumble under pressure. With purpose, they thrive in adversity. But finding your purpose is not about waiting for inspiration to strike. It's about asking yourself the right questions. What drives you? What impact do you want to make? What would you fight for, even if there was no guarantee of success? The answers to these questions will define your work ethic. Because when you work for something bigger than yourself, your effort is no longer about just making a living. It's about building a legacy. A purpose-driven work ethic also requires belief. Belief in yourself, in your mission, in the process. There will be moments when doubt creeps in, when setbacks make you question everything, but purpose is what keeps you standing when everything else tries to knock you down. It reminds you that the struggle is temporary, but the impact of your work is lasting. Most people quit because they work for short-term rewards. The ones who don't quit, they work for something deeper. They know that every effort, every sacrifice, every moment of discomfort is a step towards something greater. That is the difference. That is what makes the journey worthwhile. Life will never go exactly as planned. No matter how well you prepare, no matter how much effort you put in, obstacles will arise. Challenges will come out of nowhere. Things will go wrong. The people who succeed in life are not the ones who avoid difficulties, but the ones who learn to adapt and overcome. Adaptability is the ability to adjust when circumstances change. It is the skill that separates those who keep moving forward from those who get stuck. Most people see obstacles as reasons to stop, but those who thrive see them as opportunities to grow. They understand that setbacks are not the end of the road, they are just part of the journey. Overcoming adversity is not about avoiding failure, it is about learning how to push through it. The truth is, failure is inevitable. You will face rejection, disappointment, and moments of doubt. The key is not to let those moments define you. Instead of seeing failure as proof that you aren't good enough, see it as feedback. Every mistake, every misstep, every challenge is a lesson. It is a chance to get better, to adjust, to come back stronger. The ability to adapt is what allows people to succeed in any field. Think about the greatest athletes, entrepreneurs, and leaders. They all faced challenges that could have ended their journey, but instead of giving up, they adjusted. They found new strategies. They refused to let obstacles become permanent roadblocks. They understood that setbacks are temporary, but quitting is permanent. Adaptability is also about mindset. It is about shifting from a victim mentality to a problem-solving mentality. Many people, when faced with difficulties, focus on what they can't control. They complain, they make excuses, they look for someone to blame. But that mindset keeps them stuck. The most successful people ask different questions. Instead of how can I learn from this, how can I adjust? How can I turn this into an advantage? Overcoming challenges also requires resilience. The ability to keep going even when everything is working against you. Most people quit when things get uncomfortable. They stop when things don't go as planned. But resilience is what allows people to push past their limits. It is what helps them keep fighting when others would have walked away. One of the most powerful things you can do in life is train yourself to expect obstacles. When you accept that challenges are a normal part of the process, they don't break you, they strengthen you. Instead of being surprised when things go wrong, you are prepared. You have already decided that no matter what happens, you will find a way forward. The truth is, success is not about avoiding struggle. It is about using it to grow. The people who become great are the ones who refuse to let difficulty stop them. They understand that the ability to adapt is more important than having a perfect plan. They are willing to change their approach, to try new things, to keep pushing forward no matter what. Adaptability also requires humility. It means being willing to admit when something isn't working and having the courage to try a different approach. Many people fail not because they aren't capable, but because they are too stubborn to adjust. They cling to a plan that isn't working instead of looking for a better way. The most successful people are not afraid to change direction when necessary. They are not afraid to admit they were wrong and try again. Overcoming adversity also requires confidence, the belief that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. Most people hesitate when things get tough because they doubt themselves. But confidence is not about always knowing the answer. It is about trusting yourself to figure it out. It is about knowing that no matter what happens, you will find a way to keep moving forward. The ability to adapt and overcome is what turns challenges into stepping stones. It is what separates those who settle from those who keep growing. The people who win in life are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who refuse to let failure define them. They see obstacles as opportunities. They adjust. They push through, and they refuse to quit until they reach their goals. Success isn't just about skill, talent, or hard work. It's about mindset. The mental game is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who fall short. It's not just about what you do. It's about how you think, how you respond to setbacks, and how you control your emotions under pressure. Winning the mental game means mastering your mind so that nothing, no challenge, no failure, no obstacle can break you. Most people lose before they even start. They allow doubt, fear, and negativity to take over. They convince themselves they aren't good enough, that they don't have what it takes. But the truth is, the battle is won or lost in your mind before it ever plays out in reality. If you tell yourself you can't do something, you have already lost. If you convince yourself you will fail, you are already on the path to failure. Your mind sets the limits, and most of the time, those limits are self-imposed. Winning the mental game starts with controlling your thoughts. What you focus on becomes your reality. If you constantly dwell on your fears, your weaknesses, and your past mistakes, you will stay stuck. But if you shift your focus to growth, resilience, and the lessons you've learned, you become unstoppable. Your mindset is like a muscle. It grows stronger the more you train it. If you let negative thoughts run wild, they will dominate your life. But if you choose to focus on solutions, opportunities, and progress, you create a mindset that can handle anything. The key to a strong mind is discipline. Most people rely on motivation, but motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes. Discipline is what keeps you pushing forward even when you don't feel like it. It's what keeps you working when you're tired, when you're discouraged, when you feel like quitting. The strongest minds are not controlled by emotion. They are controlled by commitment. They don't wait to feel inspired. They show up and do the work regardless of how they feel. Pressure is a part of life. And those who win the mental game don't run from it. They embrace it. Pressure exposes the weak and elevates the strong. It forces you to level up, to find another gear, to push beyond what you thought was possible. The people who thrive under pressure are not the ones who avoid stress, but the ones who train themselves to stay calm, focused, and determined no matter what. They don't let circumstances dictate their performance. They control their response. Mental toughness is built through adversity. Every setback, every rejection, every failure is an opportunity to strengthen your mind. Most people see failure as a sign to stop, but winners see it as fuel. They understand that failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the process. Every great success story is filled with failure, but the difference is that the strongest individuals refuse to let failure define them. They analyze it, learn from it, and come back stronger. Self-talk is another critical part of the mental game. The way you speak to yourself determines your confidence, your energy, and your ability to perform under pressure. If you constantly tell yourself you're not good enough, that you're not ready, that you don't deserve success, those thoughts will hold you back. But if you train yourself to speak with confidence, to remind yourself of your progress, to reinforce the belief that you are capable, your actions will follow. Confidence is built from within. It's not something you wait for, it's something you create. Winning the mental game also means controlling your emotions. Fear, frustration, and doubt will always be there, but they don't have to control you. The strongest minds acknowledge their emotions, but don't let them dictate their actions. They don't let a bad day turn into a bad week. They don't let one failure convince them to quit. They recognize their emotions, but they stay focused on the bigger picture. Resilience is the ability to take a hit and keep moving forward. Life will throw punches, and not everything will go as planned, but those who win the mental game don't crumble under pressure. They adapt, adjust, and keep going. They don't waste time complaining or making excuses. They take ownership of their situation and find a way to push through. Your mind is your most powerful weapon. If you train it, strengthen it, and protect it, there is nothing you cannot overcome. The ones who succeed in life are not necessarily the most talented, the most gifted, or the most privileged. They are the ones who have mastered the mental game. The ones who refuse to let fear dictate their choices. The ones who push through doubt, adversity, and failure with an unshakable mindset. The ones who understand that winning starts in the mind long before it ever happens in reality.